We just had a wonderful conversation on the improv boost for the Leadership 101 course. I had Key Shaha, I believe it's Shaha, I think I said that right, um, on the concept of leadership. And one of the reasons why I asked Key, because first of all, I know she's wicked smart, but I also know that she is not like a leader in the traditional sense that we would say leaders. Like she's not the leader, like she's not the artistic director of a theater. She is not getting paid tons of money to do this. She has led workshops, but she's not like teaching online courses, and nor does she really advertise or promote herself as a leader. Like, but there are certain styles of leaderships of communities or leaderships that are more influential, people that inspire others, and that is a form of leadership. And I think that's a super important of leadership. It's almost a organic or naturally talented form of leadership, where there are a lot of people who quest to be leaders, so they try to learn the skills and the jargon and the way to position themselves, or just create a business flow beneath them in order to become a leader. And she's the kind of leader that people just kind of follow because she's charismatic and smart and she's empathic. One of the things that I think we overlook in leadership is that I consider myself a leader as well. But I think one of the things I overlook in leadership, and this is why I don't like being a leader very often or very much, or I limit the number of roles that where I'm a leader, is that I believe that leaders are actually more responsible to their followers or the people that are following them, as opposed to their followers being more empowering to the leader, because you as a leader are trying to make your followers as successful as possible. You're trying to connect them together. You're trying to teach them skills. You're trying to allow their ideas to flourish. Whereas a lot of leaders, I think, are more like, you're allowing my ideas to flourish. You're trying to make me successful. My success has been on having tons of leaders. And I think a really productive leader is the kind of person that says, okay, these are people we've all decided to work together. And at a certain level, I'm not better than you, but I want to help you with the resources that I have that you might not have. And I'm not better than you because I'm a better person or I'm smarter and more attractive or more talented or richer. I'm not better than you. We're all human beings here. We are trying to work together. And the role that I'm playing is I'm the filter. I just try to filter everything so we have a cohesive vision. And so Key's really inspired me because what she's saying, what she's talking about, I completely agree. She talked about Do the Right Scene and Katie Shoot in the Nursery Theater and how they really inspired her. Like, it was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. And it made me realize that I think good people, yes, Pride, my cat just came up and meowed at me. I think that good people inspire you to be better. You get excited, you get pumped. I want to do this or that, right? Um, but good people also, good leaders, good people, let's say good people, because we're talking about like relationships, also sometimes challenge things that you're not doing very well, or they'll be honest and bring light to the situation, or give you an insight that you might not have seen normal. You know what happened to my cat? Oh, he's right there crying. um so if you're doing something destructive, or you're doing something that's not healthy for you, or something that hurts other people, a good person is not going to let you do that, because that's just enabling. Like, it's not that they're not going to let you do that, but they're going to let you know, hey, this is how it's affecting others. This is what's going on. My cat is being very chatty right now. He's like coming up and meowing at me, but then he doesn't want to be on my lap. There he is. Um, but anyways, that's what good people do. Like, good people in your life. I mean, like, good people, like in a value of like good and bad people. I mean, people that are good for you, right? And toxic people, I think, there's some people that are enabling, or they realize that you have a vice, so they feed that vice, because then that's a sense of control, or that they only want to be with you when times are good, or they don't want to be with you when you're giving them something. They're asking for more than what they give. So I think that a lot of bad people enable you, and sometimes you're drawn to those people because you have this behavior, this thought, or this way of living, and so they validate that behavior or thought or way of living, and so therefore you don't have to change. You're more validated in the way you're thinking. Now, not that I think good people don't encourage you and support you in things that you're doing correctly and things that are healthy for you. It's just that I think toxic people only do that, and toxic people do that in a way that only benefits them. So I think you have to be careful. Are your friendships making you a better person? Are your relationships putting you in a depressive state? Are they saying, "Hey, you're good where you're at. Don't change. Don't evolve. Don't get better"? Or are they saying, "Hey, you're good where you're at. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's take one step closer to those things that you want to do. Let's take one step closer to being a happier person, a person that you want to be." And I'm not saying take huge lunges and do like treadmill runs, but let's take one step closer to that. Let's do that a little bit more, right? And I think that's what good people do. That's what good leaders do. Good leaders, I think, will take a group of people and say, here's this collective goal we have. How do we achieve that collective goal? I think a lot of times what we see are leaders going, hey, let's make a lot of money. Or, hey, you're a part of my project. This is what I'm doing, right? That's what you see. That's what you see a lot of leaders doing. That's what you see like Amazon doing right now. Jeff Bezos is on his way to making it, being a trillionaire. And if at any other point in history, there's a global pandemic where the economy is suffering. People are dying, literally dying right now. And if Amazon does not give to so many charities and does not give back to the community, does not care at the time when there's a trillionaire, when there's no literal reason for millionaires. There's no millionaires don't do anything for the world. You might think they investments will happen no matter what. A millionaire isn't the only source of investing in a business. There's so many businesses that start with people that aren't millionaires. Right? There's no function to being a millionaire. It's just a savings because being a millionaire doesn't mean that you're part of the economy either. Being a millionaire doesn't mean you're giving back to businesses, investing in businesses, or doing any of that. Being a millionaire is just a status of how much money you have in your savings, your investment, your worth, right? So there's no productive reason in the world to have millionaires. And yet he's on his way to not just being a billionaire, but being a trillionaire. You have no idea how ludicrous that is. Trillions of stars in the sky, trillions bits of sand. There's no reason for that. Amazon needs to be taxed heavy. And you know what? That those taxes are just going to go to the consumer so he doesn't have to lose any profit margins. There's no reason for trillionaires. It doesn't matter. Tax him specifically. Don't tax the business, tax him. Boy, I was on a little tangent there, a little rant. But anyways, good leaders, toxic people, toxic leaders. Just a little thought. It's beautiful and sunny outside, so I thought I'd take you outside. Look at that cloud right there. Look at that cloud right there. Boop, boop, boop. Look, that looks like this. I'm gonna just pick up that cloud. I hope everyone has a good day. I'm gonna go jogging.